I want to fill up this little area. If I'm totally honest, I want to get some stuff in there. And I want to see if we can fill up this space. I don't know what would go in there, though. I genuinely have no idea. Because I think what we probably want to do is use one of these large avenues with grass, since we don't really, we don't really have, we don't really have much else to go in here. There's not going to be a lot of zoning. I can honestly see this area being full of like unique buildings and stuff like that, though. So let's maybe take that angle with it, right? Let's just do, this road here. We'll do road guidelines. We'll get it real close to the highway there. We'll bring it down like this. We'll go to the other side and we'll go, from there, down like this as well. So we'll turn off the guidelines, go to, there, get rid of you guys. And those are, nicely sort of bordering that bit of like highway coming in there. In fact, what we could even do is, not quite that, bring you down a little bit. They don't actually line up annoyingly, so let's just redo that for a second. It doesn't line up at all, actually, to tell you the truth. That does. So let's do this, right? Let's take you out, and then we'll have this come off the kind of bottom middle there, and it loops around. That's actually kind of okay, because what we can do is extend you a little bit by like, I don't know, let's say 8 units, and extend you by 8 units as well. We're not going to bridge over there, but that gives us a bit of space to work with, which is kind of what we wanted. So turn off grid, turn on road guidelines. We can go from here to there and get some zoning along that grid line. And then we can bring you, forward a little bit. We can turn those guidelines back on and go from here to there, extend out a bit. This way we get some zoning in along that highway, which I think will be really, really cool. So that's kind of perfect as far as I'm concerned. I like that. We're going to want something in here. I don't know what, but we'll get something in there. But I also want a unique building. I think this area here would be kind of a cool spot for a unique building. So let's see what we have to play with. We don't want to go with something like a cathedral. We obviously probably don't want to do like the space shuttle launch or anything like that. I think the media broadcast building's a bit too boring. That's for sure. I don't want to do a park type thing. This is kind of cool. The Posh Mall is kind of cool. I mean, if it didn't have those trees on it, I'd be able to just sort of move it around like into that corner almost, which would be really cool. I could technically remove those. I don't know if I have Prop It Up installed though. Let's actually just check. I don't even remember how Prop It Up works. I'm not going to lie. Prop It Up, in case you're curious, is a mod that's, I genuinely don't know if I have, I don't think I have it installed. It lets you remove props from buildings permanently. So we could take these trees out of here completely. We could take out I think the parking areas too. Unfortunately, I don't think we have it, so we're not going to do that right now. What else have we got? The courthouse? The courthouse would be kind of interesting to have in there, but that doesn't seem like an area that it would be in. We have the Grand Mall, which is a very interesting looking building. Does it have trees around it is the question. It does on that side. It does on that. Oh, hold on a minute. Oh, it doesn't tunnel through. Okay, I have an idea. Hold on. I think I have an idea here. Let's try and do something really cool with this. Let's have the road go into the Grand Mall. Oh, there's trees in there though. Ugh. Okay. So here's my idea. The road goes... We need to move you for a second. Yeah, we need to move you for a second. The road goes into the Grand Mall, right? The road then turns into a little 2x2 roundabout that like loops around the trees inside the Grand Mall. So I put you back there. Oh, that's totally possible. Those trees aren't all that big. Hold on a minute. We might actually be able to do this. So the trees would go like there. Now that needs to be, we need to move the roundabout a little bit, but we can totally do that. I mean, the traffic will ever so slightly be driving like into the walls, but from above, you'd never notice. Oh, you'd never notice. Oh, I love that. I love that idea. Okay, we're moving you out of the way again. We need to move this little roundabout back a little bit. This is so cool. All right. So we'll go 3 there. And we'll do, let's see. 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 and by 2. Move you back to there. Rotate like that. And then just move it into that spot. And then it loops around. That looks so cool. I love it. And then we can just paint the area, turn it into like a giant park and have the Grand Mall right there. Oh, but where's the road though? Where's the road? That's the road connection. Okay, so we do need a road connection out here. So what we can do is this. And I don't know how we're going to connect this actually, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure this out. Let's do, okay. It just got a little bit more complicated, didn't it? I think I have an idea. Let me use dirt here. Right, so we'll go like this. We'll go like this. And then we want to move you along a little bit. Move you to, well, maybe along a little bit further. We don't want to select a building. We just want to select the nodes. Bring that out to there. Bring you, oh, that needs to come back a little bit. Okay, this might actually work out though. Because what we can do is have this connect out to there, right? And then just change it like that. And suddenly it has a road connection that you're never gonna see. Oh, that's perfect. I love it. I love it so much. I'm so happy with this. Obviously gonna need some fences down here. I think what we'll even do is go ahead and turn that into an elevated section of highway there, just so it kind of has, you know, that barrier there. Just blocking it from the mall. We'll raise that up a little bit too to get rid of the weird land. We'll raise you up a little bit too to get a bit more of a nice slope going on. Raise you up a little bit too, just to kind of even that out. I think that's so cool though. I genuinely do. I don't know if traffic's even going to go in there, but I could make it go in there by sending a bus that way. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to do this. Okay. Right. Sorry. I'm not making any sense here. I'm so sorry. I'm just really excited to try and do this. So let's try and let's try and get this to like have some kind of border to it, right? Because we're gonna want people to be able to like walk around here. So bring this up to like here, and then bring this to about there. And then what we can do is grab that node, just push them over a little bit so they're kind of still in line. Bring that one a little bit further down into the path. And there we go. So that kind of nicely runs off the street there, which is fair enough. You can go in line with that. You can go in line there and just sort of be extended into that space. And that doesn't really go anywhere right now, but if I could find like a door or something, which I don't think I can. So what we'll do is continue this path back. Let's turn it into a dirt path for a second so I can actually see what I'm doing. So bring it to here. Let's bring it through to here, and I need to change the road that we're working with so I can actually see where it is. So the road's there, right? So the dirt path needs to go from there to there. All right, and what we're gonna do with it is bring it down to about that spot. We're going to bring it over to about that spot. And then we're just going to run it straight down to there. And if I go and change all of that back into the things that it needs to be, so you're back into concrete paths, and you're back into that, you won't even know there's a path there. I mean, you can see the lights, obviously, but that's fine. So people can kind of walk around there, which I think will be so cool. So all we need to do at this point is just paint the area and then go from there, which honestly, I mean, painting's easy. It's just going to be a case of blending it is going to be the tricky part. But, oh, I think this is going to look so cool. I really do. I really genuinely think this is going to look absolutely awesome. And this blends pretty nicely here too, ish. So we'll get like a tree in there or something to try and blend all this together a bit better, because it's going to be a little bit nasty in a few places, but that's okay. So we have this, we have all this, we have that going on, we have that kind of weird corner happening there. Again, we'll put some trees in to kind of mask and hide our crimes a little bit, but I think that's going to look so cool. I can do other buildings out here, I can do parks out here. I'm so excited to see what kind of mess this ends up being, because it's a mess right now, but it might not be forever. It might end up being something kind of cool. So what about, I don't know, we could put a police station out here. We could put a fire station out here. I think a police station would be kind of interesting. They're just there. So kind of by the mall. I know it doesn't, oh, they drive around perfectly. It doesn't make a lot of sense to have it out here. So maybe we will just put it like on the corner. And then we could do a fire station opposite, which kind of fits. It's ever so slightly on the road, you might have noticed. So maybe a smaller fire station just opposite the police station would be a better idea. So this little guy instead of the giant one. That looks a little out of place too, though. Maybe a little fire station back here wouldn't hurt. Yeah, I kind of think that looks a little nicer, and it actually just lines up with the fence and the police station there so beautifully. So let's just grab that building and shift it to there. And it lines up with that little fence, which almost seems like it was planned. It wasn't, obviously, but it almost seems like it was, which I'll take it. I'll take that. We can also do this to kind of help mask our crimes again, because if we go in and throw a couple of little just bushes along that space, it will hopefully, I'm not sure why I'm using the base game ones, but it'll hopefully, with a little bit of prop and tree anarchy there, just mask the weirdness going on with the old concrete there. So something like that. Obviously, you know, it kind of looks like we're trying to mask something, but that's okay. That's not a huge deal. We can just put a couple of these around to kind of make it look, you know, like it all blends together a little bit more. Maybe, I don't know, maybe a giant tree, just because. I think I've mentioned in one of these episodes that, like, it might have been more in a live stream, but anyway, I'll tell you the story regardless. If I'm repeating myself, honestly, it happens. Again, if you've watched a lot of the City Skylines stuff I've done on this channel, you've heard pretty much every story that I have to tell. I don't have that many stories, and my life these days is largely working, so I don't go anywhere. Point is, you know, my sad reality aside, there is a footpath in my town. There are many, but there's one in particular. That tree really wouldn't be there. That's maybe a bit too big. That has a massive tree growing out of it. I know, fascinating, but it's just interesting because I feel like anywhere else in the town and they would chop it down, but because it's been there for so long that they're just like, nah, we'll leave it. And it's, I don't know. So I feel like that's what this tree is, right? They were like, we could pave around it or we'll just leave it there, and they just left it there. So that's what I imagine happened with this little setup there. We'll put maybe a couple more bushes in there at some point, but that I think works. I think that's okay. I don't really like this giant avenue leading into that weeny little road there, but to be fair, I don't think it would look right having a weeny little road lead straight to that space anyway. We could do a giant, we could just have the avenue there actually. We'd need to move the police station a little bit. Oh no, we can't do that. It gets weird. All right, we'll do that. We'll keep it the way it was. It's fine. I like that though. I think that's going to be so cool. We just need to figure out what goes in this space. And I've seen a lot of comments that have mentioned, hey, they've been like, hey, you know, you're forgetting something. And I'm like, what am I forgetting? And they're like, you know, you're pretty sure you're forgetting parking lots. And, you know, I'm not going to lie. That'd be wrong. You're right. I have been forgetting parking lots, and I am going to have to go get some, aren't I? So, I guess stay tuned for that happening at some point in the near future, because, again, you're right. We got to get some parking lots in here is what we got to get. Now, let's see here. We have an info booth. We have a cafe. I'm thinking we're going to put a little cafe in here. And I know it's a weird space for it. I mean, it really is a weird space for it, like right in front of this thing, but, well, maybe more like there. Because that does have a road connection. Yeah, well, that looks weird too. All right, let's try rotating you this way and putting it out here. So a little cafe kind of the end of the road, still right in front of this giant mega mall thing, but like there. That seems all right. We could put some stuff around it, put some like benches and stuff out here. I just need to try and fill this area with stuff at the minute. That's kind of the problem. So what else have we got to play with? We've got the restrooms, which I can kind of freeform place anywhere, and I don't know if they need a road connection or not. So let's rotate those around a little bit and try and put them like this, perhaps, where they like connect to the cafe. They ain't great, are they? Those restrooms, they're not the fanciest. But I'm kind of okay with that. There's a little tiny gap in there, but I don't think you'd ever notice it, and it just looks like a bit more of a large building, so that seems all right. A lot of sirens in there trying to get through traffic, huh? A lot of traffic trying to get through all of that, really. Yeah. That's not so good. That's not quite what we want to be seeing, is it? Gonna have to do something about that, but not gonna be doing it right now because I gotta make this area look pretty is what I've got to do. So let's try and do that. Let's try and make this area look proper and then give it a power connection, because that is also a thing that it needs. In fact, we can just do it this way. Just run that pylon to there. And there we go. So that all has a power connection. So that is actually going to be functional, which is fantastic. So, oh, I would love to see someone like drive in there. I don't think we're going to see someone drive in there unless I add buses. So let's do that real quick, because I kind of want to see vehicles driving in there, even if it's just buses, which is not ideal, but that's fine. Let's do from, oh, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? Let's do from here to, I guess this neighborhood is what we're going to do. So we'll bring it into there, or there. We'll bring it down to here, over to that spot, to that spot, and then out to here is what I'm thinking. We could actually have the bus stop on the little roundabout. That would be kind of adorable. But we'll have the bus stop there, right? So sort of on the way out. It does have to loop over itself though, which I'm not a huge fan of. So maybe we go the other way. We bring it in first, right? So we bring the bus from there to that spot and then have it go like in and to the left rather than going the other way, so it doesn't like cross over itself, and then it has to like loop around there. So it is going to cross over itself is what I'm saying, because it has to loop around all weird. So maybe we bring the bus up here. I'm just going to do this because it's the only way I can get it to look back on itself in a way that's not going to annoy me. So let's have it go to there and then come back to here, and that should be fine, because that makes sense for that bus line, right? That seems like it makes sense. Perfect sense to me. It'll give us people, you know, wanting to, I don't know. It'll give us vehicles driving in there. That's all I need. That's all I want is vehicles driving in there. I don't care if it's buses. I don't care what it is. I just want vehicles driving in there. That is all I care about. Okay, that's genuinely it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Is traffic backing up over here yet? Oh, it's getting there. It's getting really bad. It's getting so bad. But we'll deal with that as well. Like I said, we still need to decorate this whole space, but let's go ahead and just get a bit of zoning in here. And I think what we'll do is we'll save that decorating for the next episode, because this one's going on a little bit. I feel like I've done nothing but, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I've done nothing but ramble and giggle and not make a lot of sense. So I do apologize if that's a little bit aggravating, might be the right word there. But I am so excited about this. Honestly, actually, looking at this, you know what, real quick, just because it's annoying me, I'm gonna move this so it's actually not clipping into the building. And what we'll do is move it around so it almost conforms to the shapes of the building is what we'll do. Can maybe move you down a little bit. Essentially, it's not going to be a perfect roundabout is what I'm getting at. But that's kind of okay, I think, for the sake of like not, you know, having it clip into the building. I think that's all right. And then we can even go so far as to just do a bit of grass in here. So that whole thing is going to be dirt and grass and all that stuff. Apparently dirt is really what I went for there. Can we do this? There we go. So that's what we want. Just a nice, you know, patch of grass right in the middle there. Not a perfect road by any means, but at least it doesn't clip into the building. So that's kind of the important part. And you guys know you don't have a road connection. You weren't complaining about not having a road connection 2 minutes ago. But I guess you didn't have power at the time, so you had bigger problems. That's fair enough. Can I rotate you and have you not complain about that again? Like, if I had you facing... let's see, put you back there. If I had you facing this way, are you still going to complain? Because you're technically on a path there. People can still use it. Someone literally just went into the bathroom. What do you mean you don't have a road connection? It's still usable. All right, well, that's a little bit frustrating. I guess we'll bulldoze it for the time being. There were a few people in there. I'm sure they're devastated. But anyway, let's do just a bit of generic zoning in here, I think. We could maybe do a leisure style area. That would maybe not be a terrible idea. Doing some kind of leisure styled area here so that we can, you know, have tourists come over this way, because they're already quite close to it. They just have a hell of a drive to get there, to be totally honest. So we're probably going to want paths at some point is what I'm thinking. And the bus might help a little bit too, but we're probably going to want paths regardless. Anyway, let's do that. Let's make this another leisure area with some, I think with some smaller buildings. And I think that'll not be a bad idea. So we'll just bring this around like this. We'll just paint in a nice district for it. It's not necessarily going to be that entire space, but we'll just paint it in because a neat district is a happy district. Chop it off of there. We don't really need an old town policy. So we don't need to take it off of any roads, I don't think, but I do think I want it to come around here because I think that'll look better. So something like that. So the mall is included in the district is what it is. And I guess we just go ahead and say, I mean, I don't know if I want leisure buildings right on the avenue, but at the same time, we don't have a lot of zoning in here. So I guess we just do it. Okay, so this area is starting to build, which is fantastic news. We're going to get a nice little, you know, leisure space in here, which I think will be absolutely beautiful. I'm also realizing that this space here is going to be forever just sort of green space that I'm going to have to put parks into because it's, you know, the zoning's blocked off by the monorails. That's kind of okay. That might actually work out really well, having the Grand Mall there, so I'm excited to see how that plays out. We have got our buses coming in here, by the way. We've got quite a few people that are wanting to use those buses, and I'm just wanting to make sure. I don't think we need 12 vehicles. I think 6 vehicles in that line will probably be all right. And I think we'll change the color as well to, let's do yellow. Let's do, or no, let's do orange. We'll do orange buses there. And that'll be pretty cool, I reckon. So those can pick people up, drop them off, do all that good stuff. But we also have a little tunnel here. I threw in a little bit of a tunnel. It's a little bit steep, but that's just to try and get it to look like it sort of goes under the mall or into the mall or whatever. And what it does is it goes ahead and connects all the way around here over towards this monorail station. So people don't even need to drive here. They can get a monorail to like there, and they can just use the tunnel and walk over to the mall, which I think is really, really cool because they can't do that from this monorail. That's the important thing to keep in mind. They can't actually really do that. Although, to be fair, I could probably make that happen because we have a path. Let me just do that, do that. I think I've painted those, so I can't even see where they are technically. Can we upgrade to different paths here? I don't think we can. If I do that, so I can see that, right? So we got a cycle path there. What we could do is turn off a little bit of grid snapping, just go straight to there. Obviously, probably want to elevate that a little bit is what we want to do, but we do that, and then we just sort of link around to, you know, do, let's see, do that. We'll fix that in just a second. This would need raised up, is what this would need. So we'd need to go even just there, and then turn that into a normal section of path instead of the cycle ones. We don't want you to be elevated. We don't want you to be elevated. We'll just have that. And then all we need to do is move this node into sort of that corner, move this node into that corner, or rather kind of line it up straight there, and then move this segment so it's kind of nicely curving there. And obviously we're going to want to put some barriers and stuff so that people don't, you know, end up getting hit by cars and all that. But something like that would honestly kind of do the job, I think, you know, as a way for people to get across there. So that I'm actually kind of okay with. Obviously, we got some, got a little bit of detailing to do there as well, just to make that look a little bit nicer. But I'm actually curious to see if that gets used, because I think that's kind of cool looking. It does have a bit of a step up to it, but yeah, so it does actually get used. We have got people that are going over there. So that's kind of cool as well. Let's detail it a little bit, because that's going to be something I will forget to do. And I really wish I had some like network bollards or something like that. I don't have any at the minute. We've got some like plastered wall networks. We've got some concrete retaining wall networks. So let's just use a little bit of that. And I guess what we could do is a little section there, a little section there, and we'll kind of just do that for a second, and then move it all into position, and we'll get the curves in and stuff like that shortly. So put you there. I need to not grab segments. I need to grab that node and put it about there, and then this node goes about there. And then all we should need to do is sort of move these around a little bit so that they kind of just nicely hug the highway there. Obviously, you know, it's blocking some signs. It's not exactly perfect, but I think it's going to be better than leaving that completely open is what I think it's going to be. So let's not select segments. Let's move you out a little bit. Let's go ahead and select the segments again and move you in a little bit. So something kind of like that, right? It's not perfect, but I think it'll be better than just leaving this completely open. So we can do that kind of thing. We can actually go ahead and grab that segment and lower it as well. So we can have that like rise up out of the ground there as like a nice little feature wall essentially. And I think that looks kind of cool, you know, just a little something. You can still see your signs and all that. And then we'll just put some trees in there to make it look a bit nicer. So I think we can, we probably don't want to do a tree that's going to like block the view of drivers and stuff like that. But that one's not so bad. It's a little bit smaller. Then maybe a large one there just to nicely accent the bridge. And I know exactly what tree I want to put towards this corner, actually. I want to find a nice, there's a very specific pink tree that I'm looking for here. It's not those ones. It's in here somewhere. Is what it is. It's that. No, it's not that one either. Never mind. It's that one. I've used this tree in a few different places. I think it's beautiful. I absolutely love it. So let's do it just, can I get like a bigger version of it? That one's slightly bigger. Is there a bit, there's a decent sized one. So let's do it just there. Because I think that looks really nice. And honestly, there as well. I know that's on the concrete, but that's okay. We're not going to stress too much about that. I like that though. I do like that. And I think what we could also do is actually just terrain paint this area too. Because just looking at it, it's kind of just floating there. So a little bit of terrain paint in there. We can detail that later on. We could do the same in here actually as well. Just to make it feel a little teensy bit more urban, I suppose, is the word we're going to be looking for. So we can have some fun with those later on, get those nicely detailed. We've got this right here, which is actually relatively popular. And I think we just need a couple of little bushes along there to just really make it pop and really kind of finalize it. Huh, that's not quite something you see every day. They're just floating dogs and people and all that stuff, but fair enough. I mean, they're using the monorail to get over to that area, which has built up amazingly, actually. Good Lord. All right. I'm really pleased with that. I'm genuinely really pleased with that. That's so cool looking. That's so cool looking. And it's another unique building as well. And what's even better is it's a unique building that you go past coming into the city. So it's kind of like showing off a little bit. This weird mall, which does need, you know, we need to detail back here. We need to detail all this space. But then what's even better is the main boulevard through here is going to have this beautiful park on it. Because I do want to turn this whole space into a park. And then even better is from like way up here, you just see the mall. You see that giant thing in the background. You can sort of see the Colossal Order offices. You can see the transport tower. I'm so excited, man. I can't, you know, I'm turning into like, that person that everybody hates that's just sitting there repeatedly going, I can't even right now. That's me. That is me right now. And I know how frustrating that is because I've known people like that. But genuinely, oh no, I said it. Oh, I like to think I got pretty far into the video without saying that. I might have said it and not realized earlier. Oh man. Well, what better time to wrap things up for this episode than right there. Ladies and gentlemen, I am really excited to start building like a nice park along here and get more details into this space. I know the traffic's not moving, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't really care too much if the traffic doesn't move. I'll fix it eventually. This whole series is about just messing about, playing some cities, figuring out what kind of trouble we can get into. So I'm excited to figure things out, you know. I'm excited to see what we can do and all that kind of stuff. We do probably want to put some like fire coverage down here real quick just while I'm here. And probably, well, policing's not so bad, but it could be a little better. So we'll throw that in there too. I'm really excited to turn this all into a park and get people moving up and down there and all that stuff. So we'll be having some fun in the next episode, getting all that detail in there and making that place just look just really, really good is what we're going to make it look like. But that is going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. It's been my absolute pleasure as always. And ladies and gentlemen, as always, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.